Isn't he cute? A little cute little puppy. If you want to draw him, get a pencil and a piece of paper. I think a pencil's great for you because you can erase if you make a mistake. Okay, so notice where I'm putting his eyes. Towards the top of the paper in the middle. Alright, just draw a little line over the eyeball after you put the two circles. There you go. They're round and they're about this far apart. Now, let's go on to his nose. Notice it's very high up and right in between his eyes I draw a straight line. Now we're going to draw a triangle. It's going to come down and meet in the middle. There you go. And the other side the same, meets in the middle. So it's another triangle, and that'll be his nose. Put a little line on it, and we go down just a little ways, and that'll be where his smile starts. And it's like an upside down V. Then we're going to take right above the nose, in between where the eye is, and curve it around and match it up to his mouth. Same with the other side. Right around and match it up to his mouth. I tried to make that a little flat because it's almost like he's laying his face flat on the floor. So I want a flat impression. Now for his chin, it's just a little higher up in there, and I make a flat line also. You see that for his chin? And then I'm trying to flatten in my lines. Okay, now we're going to put two circles inside his eyeball. And you know what that's for. If you don't, it's to make his eye look a little more shiny and real. Then we cover in everything but those two circles. He's looking cute now. Look at there. Okay, so to draw the side of his face, we're going to go with a line right beside. It's going to go down beside his eye, kind of close, and it curves in. Watch how I do it carefully, and then you can do it. Down beside his eye and curving in. And we're going to do the same thing exactly on the other side. Curves up and down towards his cheek. There you go. So we got to put his line of his top of his head, and his ear is going to come down now. Not quite to the bottom of his lip. It's got to stop sooner than his lip. Higher. It's going to be higher than his cheek. We're going to do the same on the other side. See, we're going to go right above his cheek, a little higher, and then we're going to go up. But don't go all the way up. Then we're going to start another line right behind it, a little higher, and then go all the way up. There we go. Let's add a ball that he is wanting to play with. There we go. Round circle. I could have done my circle a little better, but that's what we got. Now you try it. Round circle. Now for his paw. I'm just drawing a little leg line. You don't have to, but you do a little arch very close to his ear, and then his paw at the bottom. It's almost flat, but not quite. Put the little lines in there and the other side of his leg. Now you try it. Okay, now we're going to work on his other foot. So we're going to go up. It's going to go up on top of the ball, his foot. So we're going to reach up a little higher than the ball and go up and over, just like that. And put a little line so like a toe is showing there. Okay, give it a try. Just like that. Now, just a couple dots here on his cheek. Now you add a couple dots. Now we're going to add a little line right down the middle of his head just a short one, and then these little lines over the corner of the top of his eyes. Just adds a little expression to his face. Now you try it. Line, and now a little line straight up and over that eye, and straight up and over the other way on the other eye. There you go. Now we're just going to darken the lines where his face and ears are hitting the floor. You know it's going to be darker there. And I'm flattening the lines a little bit and darkening them. And right there above his ear too, darkening that little crease and his ears. And also the other ear gets done. Dark and flat, like it's laying on the floor. Just put these lines for the ball. You don't have to, but I did. And it almost looks like a mini basketball. There at the bottom of his foot, a little darker, because where an object hits the floor or hits anything, there's going to be a shadow usually between them. It's time for a joke. Tell me, why are dogs like phones? Because they both have caller IDs. And now we're going to start coloring here in just a minute. Alright, I just put a little bit of darkness on his nose, and now I've got a brown marker. I'm speeding everything up so you can see it. I drew the little line where it's going to stay white between his eyes to the top of his head, and I'm coloring the rest a brown. You can pause the tape and catch up and then see where I go after this. Now, because the brown was so like a grayish brown, I added an orange color to it to make the brown look a little prettier. But you might have the right color brown in the first place and just do brown. Now I'm adding a very dark shade on some of my black lines right above it, right between his ears and his face. Then I'm going to add more dark below his ears and his cheek and his chin. See how I'm darkening that up? Show the shadow that he's lying on a ground, or the flat ground. Okay, and we're going to color our ball a little yellow, a light yellow kind of, and then around its perimeter now I'm going to add an orange around the edge of the ball. It gives it more of a 3D look. You kind of start out dark right on the black line and you lighten up as you get towards the inside of the ball. Now I'm going to spend a little time darkening it up. You darken also your colors and we're done. Bye-bye.